There is a very dark side to Hollywood. We call this evil Hollywood. In today's video, we're going to be looking at and exposing multiple different celebrities that lean to the darker side. Some of these were things that my team and I had found, while others are ones recommended by you, the community. So always share with me any videos that you want me to take a look at in the comments section below. And thank you guys so much for subscribing. Now, let's dive in. And we're starting off with Jennifer Lopez is so rude.
Jennifer Lopez is the rudest celebrity ever. For years now, people have shared their negative interactions with the celebrity, but lately people are speaking up more than ever before, as literally every single influencer has a bad interaction with her, from Trisha Paytas.
And then at the end of it, she's just like, don't touch me. And I was like, I didn't even touch her.
To Chris Olsen.
I did not love delivering coffee to.
Not to mention there was a clip of her spitting gum into her assistant's hand that started going viral, which only made the allegations about her more believable.
Now, she's been in the business for a very long time, and to be fair, this doesn't share too much of a dark side outside of her being maybe a little bit unkind. Do you think that she dives into the deep of darkness? I mean, she did date Diddy for quite a while. Or is she just someone that lives at the upper tier and has many peons that she has underneath her? Now, this one is the most talked about celebrity scandal of all time. Ariana Grande.
And talented, you can get away with anything. Like, y'all remember when Ariana dated this dude? People were like, no, hold up. Ain't bro married, Ariana? Ariana said, what's the problem? They said, well, we not finna stand for this. Ariana said, well, then do something about it. They said, damn, girl could sing though. And there it was. I think there was more to the story, but that's not the point. The point is, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie got away with this times 10 back in the day. Y'all remember this? See, back in the day, Brad Pitt was dating this girl named Jennifer Aniston. And this was a huge deal because celebrities back then were like massive compared to how they are now. He was like the king of movies. She was like the queen of TV. But then he started doing this movie called Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They said, damn. That's not Jennifer. They said, no, bro, it's just a movie. That's Angelina Jolie. I said, okay, well, they're kind of close, though. The director said, that's because they really good actors. They be getting locked in. I ain't even asked her to do this, and she started doing it. They said, well, what about this? The director said, that wasn't in the script. So rumors start flying. Hey, bro, you know?
Now, the biggest thing to talk about here is Ariana Grande and how she's been looking. I think that she's unwell, and actually recently she shared that after the current tour, she's going to be taking a step back from the spotlight. Apparently, things are becoming a bit too much for her. Maybe things have gotten too big for her since she's been on Wicked and all of that. And maybe a step back is good. If she needs that for her mental health, I encourage that 100%. Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, what a great couple they were. I mean, you had the biggest stud of all time with one of the least aging celebrities I've ever seen. She's incredible looking now and was 20 years ago. And 30 years ago. But of course, relationships end. Angelina Jolie came into the picture. Are they even still together now? I don't know if there's any scandal here, but, you know, maybe some infidelity. Now, we know that Enchanted had some things that reference the Epstein files. I actually put a full video out on that on the Echo TV channel, and it was disturbing to see that there was a bookstore called Epstein's Books inside of a Disney movie. A movie that closed the cover of the book with a whole bunch of little girls in it and then put the book into Epstein's bookshop. Very strange. Did you see the clip? But now we have a dark side of Disney's horror scenes. Let's see these.
Even in the Disney film, in Pinocchio, it's unbelievable, the pub scene. And you'll remember this when you saw it as a kid. It gave you a creepy feeling in your belly.
Let's see it. Okay.
He talks about bringing the boys to Pleasure Island.
How would you blokes like to make some real money? I'm collecting stupid little boys. Stupid little boys. And I takes them to Pleasure Island. Pleasure Island? But the law. Suppose they... No. They never come back. As boys.
Okay, so that was incredibly creepy. I saw that movie as a child, and now I'm questioning, why did my parents let me watch that? There are probably so many things that we could find hidden inside of the movies that we watched as children, the cartoons we watched as children. That right now definitely looks like an evil man trying to steal young boys, give them money to go and take them to Pleasure Island, where what do you think is going to happen over there? Super creepy. And man, I just want to dive deeper into that one. We have Johnny Depp exposing Hollywood's darkest secret. What could it be?
I don't have much further need for Hollywood myself. I don't know how you guys feel, but yeah, I think It's a very strange, funny time where everybody would love to be able to be themselves, but they can't. Because they must fall in line with the person in front of them. You want to live that kind of life, I wish you the best. I'll be on the other side somewhere, you know.
I'll tell you right there, he's saying a lot without saying a lot. He's warning us about how dark things are inside of Hollywood and how if you don't fall in line, you're not going to see success. This is what we explore regularly on the channel, how dark things can get for these celebrities. And we wonder why celebrities fall off the wagon and why they dive so deep into drugs, why so many of them lose their lives. And it's because of the darkness that lives within Hollywood, the unspoken darkness until now, because we're the ones that are talking about it and we're the ones that are bringing all of this to the light. The evil agenda in Hollywood movies.
I think Hollywood has two agendas. It's profit, but it's also propaganda. I think they want to influence society with these movies, and sometimes that's more important than making the money. You never know which master is being served here, so to speak. Certain things are done purely for the propaganda of it. Movie companies, for the most part, started and were owned by the same people who want to engineer society. Some of these folks are so rich, Hollywood's a toy. I think Hollywood has...
That's something really important too. We often think of Hollywood as a place that has actors, actresses, great movies to make money. But these movies, these artists, this music that we all consume influences us, especially young people, and the way that we think, the way that we act, the way that we dress. And this type of influence can be very strong if we're talking politically or if we're talking about a hidden agenda that someone in Hollywood, a producer behind one of these films, wants us to follow. We need to no longer be sheep, and instead we need to think with our minds and not what's being fed to us, manipulating into us believing what they want us to believe. James Corden being annoying. Okay, this is one that I don't know much about. Let's check it.
Genuinely, and if it looked like that, I'm so sorry. But when you come up and present an award, just get on with it. There we go.
I do know
From
this
where
one.
I was sitting, I can see your belly. And that was right over there at the back of the room. These people down here, you know.
They don't like each other.
Sorry, I'm waiting for the punchline. Go on. No, seriously, go on.
Okay.
No, go on. You can see my belly, and we can all see you dying right now. Let's go for it. Here we go.
One more. Do you want one more?
Come on, guys.
If you fancy the Jonas Brothers, cover your belly.
Get over there.
Yeah, seeing a big notice board, and there's a notice, guitar lessons, and you go, but I don't fucking want guitar lessons.
A poster in a town square that says guitar lessons available. Like, you don't get people in the town go, I don't want to play the guitar. I want to play the piano, you piece
Stolen joke.
of...
Name two of the cameramen in this room.
He can't.
That is a great question. It's a different crew tonight, actually.
And he had to drink something gross because he couldn't.
You mean
fun.
like... No, I'm not making fun. I'm saying, is it that sort of noise?
It's that
Is
type
that
of
noise?
thing, yes.
So if someone says, oh, that's the one that...
Yeah, that would be it.
That's the one that... So it's like, if you're just like, oh, no, twist it there.
Make a
My name's James Corden. I do a TV show called The Late Late Show with James Corden.
For what show?
What show?
The Late Late Show with James Corden.
You're late for the show?
I'm sorry, did you say you're late for the show?
No, my show is called The Late Late Show with me, James Corden.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm the host of the show.
And you're late for a show?
And you're late for a show?
No, my show's called The Late Late Show. Genuinely, and if it looked like that, I'm so sorry. But when you
Clearly, this man does not have a lot of people that like him. He's kind of being pushed away from Hollywood, having come from England, and just being a bit of a jerk, not nice to people, and having jokes that are just kind of lame, let's be honest. He's the Ellen DeGeneres of Hollywood. And speaking of Ellen DeGeneres, here we have her making her guests feel a bit uncomfortable.
Scared of spiders? No, we're not. I don't care to get over my fear. If I just hold it? No. If I just
Did actually have a real problem looking at it. Why? Let me know when it's gone.
It sounds like, don't play with my phone.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth. You were invited.
Talk about your time in prison. I didn't go to prison.
But I don't want to. I don't want to.
Yeah, it's no secret that Ellen DeGeneres was actually pretty evil, not only to her staff, but to her guests. And we know that she was very, very, very deep into dark Hollywood with ties to Diddy, Weinstein, Epstein, and anyone that was evil, basically, in the industry. She's one you could check off your list. We talk about her a lot on the channel, and I am not at all surprised that there's a compilation of people that she's upset. And a little bit more here on Ellen.
Ellen DeGeneres was daytime TV's queen of nice. She danced, she talked to cute kids, and surprise, she's a huge asshole.
Yes, she is.
So Ellen, she's extremely popular. She's presenting this image that she's this kind woman. People fall in love with her. But behind the scenes, there was an Ellen that the public did not know.
The Ellen DeGeneres show is facing new allegations this morning.
Ellen's alleged bad behavior had been whispered about in the industry for years. But then BuzzFeed published this bombshell expose that revealed a toxic workplace culture at the Ellen DeGeneres show with claims of alleged racism, fear, intimidation, and sexual misconduct. She lost a lot of viewers. People were paying attention to these accusations.
Only time will tell if Ellen is really canceled. Since she's been gone, Kelly Clarkson sort of took over the crown of daytime queen. So, Kelly Clarkson, watch your back.
I think the main question here is, do we need to look into Kelly Clarkson? Because we know that Ellen DeGeneres was put in front of America as the be kind person. She was the cover for Evil Hollywood, and it was all planned. That cover was blown because she was now known as someone that was evil herself. Kelly Clarkson comes in, who I have actually done zero research on. She could be a completely amazing person, but I don't know. We should take a deeper look. But again, no secret that Ellen DeGeneres is not kind. And if you want to go deeper into the full stories of her, how she's been exposed, the things that she's done, why she fled the country, why she's returned and all that, on the Echo TV channel, I've talked about that in multiple videos. Go check them out. Thank you for subscribing. We'll see you in the next one.